Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review of the ibrain. So ibrain here, a brand of Air-Tube headphones. So if you've not come across Air-Tube headphones before, it's basically a method of reducing your electromagnetic exposure through headphones. So I've reviewed quite a few different products over the years that aim at reducing or mitigating in one way or another electromagnetic frequencies. And if you've been hiding under a rock for many years, you may not know that electromagnetic frequencies can be quite harmful to us, especially if they're not the sort of frequencies that you would find in nature or what are harmonious with our body and help with health. A lot of manufacturers of electronic products don't really consider what frequencies are going through their products and how it may affect physical health. So there are more and more manufacturers out there realizing that EMFs can be very harmful and therefore making products that reduce or mitigate that in one way or another. So headphones are something that my wife and I use fairly often. We travel a lot. And sometimes, it's nice to have headphones so that we're not bothering another person or to more clearly hear something. And of course, with a normal pair of headphones, you have a wire going into the speaker right next to your ears. And of course, because electricity is traveling up the wire and close to your ear, it's creating electromagnetic frequencies that can affect your ears and your brain and the rest of your head, which isn't a very nice thing when you think of what sort of diseases could happen if you have that regularly. A lot of people know from research in the past that, having mobile phones and home phones close to your head for long periods can create tumors and other nasty things. So it is well worth looking into a set of headphones that reduce the amount of electromagnetic frequencies that hit your brain and your head. So this is one method, the Air-Tube. So it's a normal adapter there that you can plug into a phone or a computer, just like any other pair of headphones. And then it's a normal wire. We've got a normal volume adjustment here. So it's a normal wire all the way up to here. And then within these little baubles, I guess you could call them, there's little speakers. And then it's just simply an air tube the rest of the way to your ear. So there's no wire going up here and therefore no electromagnetic frequency reaching up to your ears and irradiating your brain. So a lot of the manufacturers of the different Air-Tube, should I say, headphones say that it reduces, 90 to 98% of the EMF exposure to your head. I don't own yet a trimeter to really verify that or not, but it makes complete sense to me that if there's no electricity traveling up here, there's no electromagnetic field being created here. So it makes perfect sense to me. So you're still getting EMFs being created up to this point, but not beyond. And if I put the headphones on, you can see that it's quite far away from my head. So that may be a video I can do in the future, having a trimeter to see whether it really is reducing the EMFs by that amount or not. And of course, longevity to see whether these last very long. And that is one of the big downsides of Air-Tube headphones, is they do tend to not last very long because there are lots of different things that you can put stress on with everyday use that can make them fall apart. And some Air-Tube headphones, as a lot of people have reviewed, do fall apart quite easily. My wife did have a pair of headphones that were of the sort that you pop into your ears, so not the wraparound ear type like these, but the ones that pop into your ears, and yeah, they didn't last that long. So bear that in mind, because there are a lot of manufacturers of these Air-Tube headphones that don't make that good a quality of a headphone. So make sure you get a pretty decent brand and do your research and try them, of course, if you can. So these ibrain ones, pretty decent as far as I can tell in terms of durability. You know, you can bend and twist them quite happily. It doesn't look like the sort of headphone that would be easily destroyed or ruined in any way. Time will tell, of course, but it looks pretty decent quality to me. Like I say, I do prefer the wraparound ones because it sort of stops noise coming in. It's much more comfortable in my opinion. I don't like the ones you put in your ears because they do fall out, so this is what I prefer. And these ones are more expensive, of course, because there is more to them. And yeah, and after use, my wife has used them for longer than I have, Air-Tube headphones, and she really likes them. Hence why she's bought these after her other ones broke. And yeah, I have to say, you know, it does feel like there's less radiation hitting my head. I am quite sensitive being a healer, so I pick up on these things quite well. Having said that, I also do a lot of other things in my life that help mitigate EMFs, so that I am less sensitive or susceptible, maybe should I say, to them. So I know diet is a big factor that made a huge difference in terms of being able to be around technologies that create EMFs. So diet was a big one for us, so we don't feel it as much as some other people with different diets maybe. But I still recommend this sort of thing personally. So yeah, the big downside, like I say, build quality may not last quite so long. The other downside is because of the speakers being here and it being transmitted by Air-Tube the rest of the way. A lot of people with different brands have noticed that the sound quality isn't quite so good as a normal pair of headphones. I have to say that having used these, the sound quality is pretty good. It's not something that I would worry about. So unless I was really into music and hearing things really, really clearly in a certain way, it's not something I really notice or am bothered about. Yeah, and then the big upside, of course, is reduced EMFs. So those are my pros and cons. I would highly recommend this sort of thing if you use phones. If you do talk a lot on mobile phones, I would recommend, you know, getting a set of Air-Tube headphones like this, but also that has a speaker so that you can speak at the same time. So if you're using a phone a lot and there's all this radiation going to the side of your head, far better to use a set of headphones and a speaker so that you can keep your phone further away from you. Or of course, if you listen a lot through headphones, I would certainly recommend this sort of thing. Okay, if there's any questions about this at all, please let me know in the comments below. And if you'd like to support this channel, please do like and subscribe. And of course, I will put a link to where I bought these in the UK as well down below before I forget.